Hey guys, welcome back to Healing Essentials. Okay, so I've said it many of times where there is a spiritual warfare. Like, there are some of you who feel you want to isolate yourself. It's been feeling like this for a while. And it's okay for you to feel that way, right? It's now coming to a space where there's ghosts from your past. There's people who you haven't spoken to. There's energies that you're not understanding, but you're seeing it for what it is. And there's a sense of survival mode. There's a sense of sink or swim, right? You're pushing through the currents. You're on flight mode. You're in resistance mode in some sense, right? Like you want to fight through this energy that's coming through. And it's actually energy of trickery, energy of, let's see where we can get this person, right? And you're consciously aware of it. You're seeing it. And this has been playing out in the last couple of days where you're in your own cocoon, awaiting to be rebirthed. And there's others of your past that continue to slice open that cocoon of seed. So you bleed out and then seal again. They open you open up, you seal again. And it's this dynamic of push and pull. You're just trying to survive. You're just trying to see what Sacred Spirit has for you. Oh my God, how this hits. And in anticipation, like the last episode, your ancestors, spirit guides, they're anticipating. They are watching you go through these motions in the physical realm. I was reading here, when I need an obedient heart, when I need an obedient heart, when I need an obedient heart. And this is for those who feel that you're in this cocoon. In whatever you're going through at this moment. You will always harvest what you plant. Those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. That is in Galatians chapter 6, verses 7 and 8. Like, how powerful is that? When you just feel safe in your isolation, in your transformation, in whatever has transitioned. Things come, things go. You're aware of that. You're aware that you are in tune with your ancestors. You're aware that these are energies of the past, right? And I was speaking to people this week where I asked, do you believe that our ancestors reside within us? I believe that. But I now ask you, do you believe when someone transitions, may it be years before you were even existing, Do you believe that your ancestors, you hold a piece of them? For instance, I told you guys, my son passed away. He was taken from this earth. He was murdered. And I'm coming to terms with it. Therapist told me, where do you feel in your mourning? And I said, I don't know where I'm at this point, right? And I hear people tell me, your son is with you. Do I believe that? Yes, I do. But right now, he's transitioning, and I continue to pray. He transitions into the light of everlasting life, everlasting love, everlasting peace. Because when one dies, I feel the Spirit is still amongst us. Especially when something brutal happens to someone you love, unexpectedly. You have to pray. You must. So that when and if they reincarnate and they choose to, their spirit will be in peace. When they transition, their spirit will be in peace. There's some spirits, some entities that still roam this dark earthly realm that are not in peace. And it's very difficult because those are forgotten souls. And these are the spirits that we have to pray for, internal peace. People don't get it. If you look at things more in depth, in a spiritual sense, you will understand it a little bit more. So I go back to the question, do you feel that your ancestors reside within you, a piece of them, in each and every one of you, each and every ancestor of yours? The answer is yes. Women, do you know that your eggs are carrying your grandkids, your great-grandkids? So yes, our ancestors reside in us because we were carried from womb to womb, from generation to generation. Why is it adamant for us to heal ourselves, to cut cords of generational curses that we don't even know about, that we are unaware about, but it keeps happening? Why do you think that? It's up to you to break that, so that then your daughters to come, your sons, grandbabies, will not have to carry that amongst them. It's just like the tree of life. We are all connected in some way. We are all connected in some way. But there's always that one sense or couple of senses where it comes back to haunt you, to test you. And it's up to you to see where you are in that challenge. Are you going to fight against the wind and keep yourself against that wall? Or are you just going to say, fuck it, it's not mine, and stand tall and stand true to who you are? 10 toes down. Don't let them knock you off your square. Oh, Melissa. Talking to yourself, girl. You see, sometimes when I give these messages, I have to go back and listen to it as if I'm talking to myself. Like, many of times, you give good advice, you must go back to listen to that. That's why I say journal things, because your advices could go in that document and you can go back and read it and go, fuck damn, I'm talking to myself. Just saying. I want to see what resistance is. Let's see something. There may be a strong wind coming your way. However, you do have the ability to find the path with the least resistance. Have you ever seen a bird or something thrown by the wind? The bird may be taken off guard, but it finds its balance again. Resistance brings an obstacle or adds friction to the situation. Ideas that once would have sailed into completion might now require some additional work. You may find a project or a goal now requires an extra step to pass on to another phase, right? Resistance might manifest itself as a need for approval from the outside influence that takes longer to achieve. When resistance appears in a reading, you are asked to be adaptable and find the path of least resistance. You are the sky, everything else is just the weather. Man, I tell you. And from there you go from your ancestors or whom is watching you in anticipation. You get an upheaval, if I'm saying that correctly. Nature does not discriminate. Upheaval is a reminder that things can change on a whim. Through no fault of your own, are you prepared for change? Are you able to regain your composure and fly off to a better, more stable position? From being laid off to being forced to move to a new home, change can appear sudden and sometimes cruel, but not always. Sometimes there are clues that change is coming, yet we ignore the signs. Sometimes change brings a fortunate situation, or moves us into a position to receive a greater opportunity. When upheaval appears, ask yourself if you can feel the rumblings like a systematic wave just below the surface, that something is about to shift. Yes! That's why I talk about the cocoon. When you're in your cocoon, you're feeling this. You feeling this like a rebirth, but you just don't know what the fuck it is. But you know when you see it, you'll know. You'll know. You'll be like, thank you. Because it's beyond and above you. It's not outside yourself, it's within. So when you're in this cocoon and this isolation and you feel safe, be in it. Be in it. Feel it. Go through it. Don't let nobody knock you off your square. Ooh. My candle just popped. Ancestors is talking. That something is about to shift in your life. When you connect with your intuition, you will get a feeling that something is about to happen. You will pick up on the changing energies that will soon impact your life. When you can anticipate a coming upheaval, you will be better able to plan for the shakeup. My God, yo. And you won't even think about the memories of the past. It'll be like, it is what it is, because you're now in a new growth, in a new step, in a new foundation of your journey. Thank you. Ain't nobody gonna understand if they're not really spiritually inclined. And there's no need to explain to nobody. Nobody, because this is your journey, bro. Sis, it's you. My God. Alright, guys, look. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Praise God. All right, guys. Until the next time. Latest.